Hi, my name is Blissing Death, and welcome to my gameplay commentary on Sejuani. In this video, I'll be giving a quick breakdown on Sejuani and give a quick insight on her abilities and how to play her. I recommend running Magic Pen Marks, Armor Seals, Magic Resist Glyphs, and Movement Speed Quints. In this video, I am not using all of those runes, but I do jungle quite effectively even without them. For masteries, I take 0, 21, 9. Be sure to take the damage reduction masteries, as those will help you jungle more effectively. And I'll give a quick skill breakdown right now, although you should have a general idea of how they work. Her Q is a gap closer. She charges in a line and will stop upon colliding with the first champion. On the way, she will apply frost to all of the targets. This move is really good for the jungle in that it applies frost to all the minions in the camp so that you can quickly get your E off and your W. Her W is a skill very similar to Sejuani's Burnout in that it does damage to everyone around you. In addition, it also deals 50% additional damage to people who are frosted. This also scales off your HP, so it is advisable to build Sejuani as a HP tank. Her E amplifies the frost on her targets. It also deals quite a bit of damage. This is really good for locking down opponents and keeping them in one place while your team destroys them. Her ult is a long-range skill shot that will stun the first champion it hits. If not, you don't hit anyone, it will explode at the end of the skill shot line and stunning anyone there. You want to take 1 point in W first and then 1 point in Q. If you want to gank at level 3, take 1 point in E. If not, take 1 point in W and then take the point in E at level 4. Taking E at level 3 to help ganks is pretty much a must because they will probably waste a flash to try to get away, and if you activate E right before they do, then after they flash they will not be able to move. They will be slowed considerably, allowing you to pick up the kill. And I start off with cloth armor and 5 health pots. The health pots are pretty much what you need to jungle, but if you have the right runes, you could run boosted speed in 3 pots, or you can even run regrowth pendant and 1 health pot. After you start out, you want to start at blue and then work your way to wolves, raves, golems, and then red. After red, if you have enough HP, you should try to gank. If not, you can go back and then pick up level 4 and then gank. But you do want to gank by level 4 because Sejuani is a very strong ganker in that she pretty much locks down anyone in the lane, allowing your teammates to finish up the job. I do recommend trying to gank bot, especially if you have someone with hard CC there, as it's pretty much a guaranteed kill. So here in the video, I'm still in the jungle. I do not recommend attacking multiple targets in the jungle just to keep the frost debuff on them. I mean, sure, it sounds like a good idea because your W does 50% more damage, but it's just not efficient, and you want to take down that big creep as fast as you can. In terms of competitive play, I feel Sejuani is probably around where a Mundo sits on the tier lists, so probably around tier 2 or tier 3. And I think that she might be a bit lower, but until people can figure out how to use her. But I think after people figure out how to use her, she might be around moved up quite a bit, because she's very similar to Mundo in that both of them do a lot of damage for a tank, but neither of them really have any tanky abilities. Like a Mundo has a damage reduction passive, but it's not really that much. It's just really to help him jungle. So I was saying before I started at blue, but another jungle path that you could try is starting at red and then ganking after you finish red. The mindset behind this is that you want to early gank at level 2 while your opponents are still level 1. And you still use the same build, start taking 1 point in W first and then taking 1 point in Q. With red and your passive, the opponents will be slowed about 20%, and will also increase your W's damage by 50%. And even if you don't get them, they will probably waste a flash already. But if you have someone like Alistar here that can lock him down for even a second. That's pretty much picks you up first blood. So anyways, here I'm trying to gank bottom. I was too late to save Vayne, but their Vayne dives our turret and dies to the turret. Luckily there's a ward there, so I lead Q. Q's not instant, you're going to have to lead with it, obviously. But thanks to Alistar CC, we pick up the kill quite easily, and he doesn't die as well. So, about the item build that I would recommend for Sejuani, I recommend starting with cloth armor and 5 health pots. This will ensure your survivability in the jungle. And then afterwards, pick up a Heart of Gold. Now, Sejuani is a tank, so initially you might think she has problem farming, but in this game I had no problem with gold whatsoever. I actually picked up a Philosopher's Stone afterwards, but I don't think you actually need a Philosopher's Stone. The Heart of Gold does build into Randuin's, so it's not a total waste of gold at all. After you get a Heart of Gold, want to rush Frozen Mallet. This will help increase your CC and pretty much lock down any target that you want. Afterwards, you should have tier 2 boots by then. If not, I would recommend picking up either Ninja Tappy or Mercury Treads. You could pick up Boosted Lucidity, as a full 40% CDR on her will take her W to a cooldown of 6 seconds, allowing just 1 second of downtime in between each W. And then afterwards, I would recommend getting a Sunfire Cape to increase your HP and damage. The Sunfire Cape increases your damage output. In addition, also gives you health, which of course increases your W as well. It will give you about 8 extra damage per second. And this pretty much makes you a big threat once you get that, because your damage output will be pretty high for a tank, and it will force your opponents to actually consider attacking you in team fights. After you get Sunfire's Cape, build a Banshee's Veil. Banshee's Veil does give you HP to further increase your W damage, but it also gives you magic resist to counter the one item that will counter Sejuani if you build her HP, which is Madred Blood Razors. Getting Banshee's Veil will probably take your magic resist to about 90 or 100, which means that's a 50% reduction, meaning that instead of 4% of your max HP that Madred does to you, that's only 2%. And when you have full build, you should have around 4,000 HP. That's only about 80 damage per hit. After you get Banshee's Veil, get a Frozen Heart. Although it does not have any HP, this does give you 100 armor and the nice debuff aura that will debuff your opponent's attack speed. It will help deal with people like Vayne or pretty much any AD carry. Afterwards, you want to finish with Randuin's Omen. Randuin's Omen will give you HP and armor, and will also, with the active, that is really useful with Sejuani to further increase her slowing power. So anyways, here I'm headed for a gank up top. Master Yi is sitting at the turret, and Garrett, both of them are around the same HP. I go behind the turret, and I'm trying to lead with my Q, but I do miss, but I do throw off my ult and hit him, allowing Garen to easily pick up the kill. So here I'm heading bot to gank after noticing Malphite tried for a gank bottom. I wait in this bush so that Malphite leaves, so that bot doesn't see me coming in for a gank. I try to move away from the bush first, and then approaching the bush so that the Fog War hides me. I wait for a good opportunity, but Alistar flashes in. I Q, but Vayne then uses Cleanse and Flash. I ult, and luckily I hit, and you can see that the AoE on the ult is quite a bit large. And I pick up the kill. So here I'm mid trying to gank Veigar. I lead in with Q first, and then immediately press W after I applied Frost, and then E to make sure he doesn't get away. But I'm not sure, so I ult, and I catch him. And here I actually back off because I've realized that I've been stealing kills from my team, and it'd be much more efficient if Ahri got the kill instead of me. And here I notice that E is trying to dive Garen, and I head around, try to cut him off. And I see him there, right there, starts to meditate, so I keep going in. And I thought he was going to run away, but apparently this Yi is stupid and decided to push the turret. So I had waste his flash there, and then I slow him, but I do not press my E fast enough, allowing him to flash over the wall. Which that was a very big disappointment, but it's alright. So here I'm ganking bot. after one of my teammates tells me that bot is very overextended. So I head down bot, and I see Vayne very close to jungle. So Alistar flashes in, and I Q in, but Vayne cleanses and then flashes, and pushed me away. Luckily, Ahri comes in and CCs her, allowing us to pick a very easy kill. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, I was building Sejuani as an HP tank. Now, one might think, why not build Warmog at Atmas? Well, Atmas is not good on Sejuani for two reasons. First off, you don't have any attack speed, so there's no reason for extra attack damage. Second off, oh snap, or dive Mundo, get him, boom! Pick up that easy kill. Anyways, like I was saying, the second reason why Atmas is not good is that none of her abilities scale with bonus attack damage, so there's no reason for you to keep getting more attack damage. And Warmox is just raw HP, it doesn't add any real utility to yourself, and you're going to probably be seeing on around 4,000 HP if you finish this build. So I would not, and adding Warmox, that would just make you more susceptible to Madrid Blood Razors. But I mean, if you want, you could add in Warmox to the build by substituting out Frozen Heart, but I feel that the extra armor and just tankiness will help Sejuani be a lot better. An alternative way to build Sejuani is also build her as a CDR tank. This will allow for her W to have only a 1 second downtime, and her cooldowns on her Q and E are set down to 6 or 7 seconds, and your R's, you'll be able to use it more. So the game was actually quite short, and this clip is actually the only team fight I can actually find. I missed my ult because Mundo got in the way, but had I hit Yi, that Yi would have been dead. We retreat partially because Garen is almost dead, and partially because I don't want to die because I'm sitting on a perfect game. But we actually make the enemy team stick around long enough for Ahri to come in and actually clean up the kill there for Mundo. Malphite dives us, but with enough CC I keep him locked up at the turret, and Ahri comes in and actually takes my kill, but oh my goodness. So some final closing notes on Sejuani. I feel Sejuani is a very fun character to play, as with all skill shot champions. If you like to play tank or jungle, I recommend at least trying her out during free week and then picking her up if you really like her. As for me, I like playing support as well as tank because I do not like sitting in the lane and last hitting. I feel it is really tedious, and the current meta revolves around how much gold you can pick up on your carry. And with Sejuani, I'm a tank, and I also get to be the jungler that mix it up, and it's a lot more fun playing an active role in the beginning of the game rather than just a passive role by sitting in the lane. One final build you could use for Sejuani is an AP build, which is Rod of Ages and Rylai's, but it's kind of iffy. It's not as tanky as the HP build. So Yi here dives us one last time, and with Ahri, CC, and mine combined together, and her damage output, there's just no way Yi would escape. And they finally surrender here, and here's a quick look at the score. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please rate the video, subscribe, or comment if you have any recommendations, or if you'd like me to see me do more of these. And thanks a lot.